Welcome back to the AGV24 podcast. Parshas Eiken. Shout out to my father-in-law. The beginning of the Chamishi Aliyah V'ato Yisrael Mo Hashem Elokecha Shoyel Me'imach Yim Liyira as Hashem Elokecha L'Lechas B'chol Deracha V'La'avo Yisrael V'La'avoid as Hashem Elokecha B'chol Levavcha V'chol Nafshecha. This is Perek Yud Pasuk Yud Beis V'ato Yisrael Ma Hashem Elokecha Shoyel Me'imach Ki'im Liyira as Hashem. What does Hashem ask from us? That we fear Him. We ask ourselves every morning, what does Hashem want from me? What should I do today? Moshe Rabbeinu asks this and gives us the answer. Have Yiras Shamayim, fear of heaven. The Gemara, Tractate Brachos, page 33b, Lamed Gimel Amud Beis, V'Omer Reb Chanina. Hakol bidei Shamayim. Everything is in the hands of heaven. Rashi explains whether or not someone is going to be rich or poor, or tall or short. That is all in the hands of heaven. Chutz mi Yiras Shamayim. Except for Yiras Shamayim, that's in our hands. Whether or not we are to do the right or the wrong thing, we can't blame that on heaven. That's our decision, to become a tzaddik or to become a Rasha. As the pasuk says, "V'yato Yisrael ma Hashem Elokecha Shoyel Me'imach Ki'im Liyira." We must fear Hashem. That is our job. Frek the Gemara asks, "Otu Yiras Shamayim Milsa Zutarta? Is Yiras Shamayim such a small thing?" V'ha'amar Reb Chanina. Reb Chanina says, "Mishum Reb Shem Bar Yochai," in the name of the Rashbi. Ein loy lakadosh baruch hu bebeis genazov. Hashem does not keep anything in His treasury, in His safe, the place where Hashem keeps things precious. Ela oitzer shel Yiras Shamayim, except for His storage house of Yiras Shamayim. The Ritva explains that it seems as though what's precious to HaKadosh Baruch Hu is Yiras Shamayim. Shenamar Yiras Hashem hi oitzaroi. So how can it be that the pasuk in the Torah tells us that Ma Hashem Elokecha Shoyel Me'imach? What does Hashem ask but a little bit of fear of heaven? It seems like a small thing. But then again, says Reb Chanina in the name of Reb Shem Bar Yochai that Yiras Shamayim is obviously not such a small thing. It's very hard to become a tzaddik, very hard to have Yiras Shamayim. So is Yiras Shamayim hard or is it easy? Answers the Gemara. It is true that Yiras Shamayim is an easy thing. But Lagabe Moshe, regards to Moshe Rabbeinu, Milsa Zutarta, it's easy. To Amar Reb Chanina, a person wants to borrow something like a lawnmower or something big from you, but you own a lawnmower store and he wants it and you need to borrow it. Is it easy for the person to lend the lawnmower? It is, because he has many of them, even though it's a large item. The Yeshloi, if it's easy, Daimalov, it's very easy. It looks kikli katan, very easy to give over a lawnmower. The Ein Loi, but what if someone asks for a small item? Can I just borrow a spoon, but he doesn't have a spoon? Daimalov kikli gado. Now it's something very large. It's very hard to do. So for a Moshe Rabbeinu, it's very easy, but for the common folk, Yiras Shamayim is very hard. Reb Elchanan Wasserman, the Rosh Yeshiva of Boranovich, who died in the Holocaust, the Talmud Muvok from the Chofetz Chaim. It's a Murdik Akasha, it's broad. And the Kavitz Parshiyos in this week's Parsha. An unbelievable question on this Gemara. The Kasha was of the Gemara, is Yiras Shamayim easy for Klal Yisrael? For the common folk, is it easy? To which the Gemara answered, yeah, for Moshe Rabbeinu it's easy. That's very nice for Moshe Rabbeinu, it's easy, but what about the rest of us? The Gemara was the Chayra asking, is Yiras Shamayim easy for us? Moshe Rabbeinu is giving Musar to Klal Yisrael, and you're going to tell me that it's easy for Moshe Rabbeinu? But Moshe Rabbeinu was talking to Klal Yisrael. Says the Heilige Reb Elchanan and Yesod Gadol. Yes, Yiras Shamayim is easy, but what gets in the way of it is what makes it hard. I'll explain. As I'll just try to say over as best as I understand from Reb Elchanan, that even animals have instincts. Animals run away when they sense danger. When you touch fire, your instinct is to remove your hand. We all know that there's an idea of schar va'onish. We know reward and punishment. We know this. but it's what gets in the way of our seichel, what gets in the way of what we know, is what keeps us from having Yiras Shamayim. Moshe Rabbeinu, the Gemara answers, he didn't have anything that got in the way of it because he was able to discern and connect with his understanding of what's right and what's wrong. The Gemara was asking for common folk, is it easy? And the Gemara answers for Moshe Rabbeinu, it's easy. It's also answering for the common folk because it's easy for all of us. It's just about not letting anything get in the way. The Hakdama of the Sefer Tomer Devorah, I heard over from Rav Volba's grandson on his Jewish History podcast that there's a little bit of a letter written there by the Heilige Reb Nosson Tzvi Finkel, the Alter of Slabodka Zecher Tzadik V'Kadosh Levracha. And I'll say quickly what he says over there, but he takes this idea. He talks about Yiras Shamayim being easy. And he explains that that's what the point of Musar is. Self-introspection, thinking, trying to understand oneself, trying to understand what his job is in the world. That's all to bring down from what our head knows and what our heart knows into action. It should be in a way of Ashe Voisa Levavecha. It's first you have to know it, and then you have to bring it into action. The chazara of learning a pasuk over and over to bring out into action. That's what the limud of Musar is. The Gemara in this pasuk is telling us we know what's right and wrong. We all have Yiras Shamayim at heart. It's our avodah to shed light and to create clarity to be able to bring forth actions that have Yiras Shamayim. Let us be zoicha to live a life of Yiras Shamayim and be inspired by these psukim. A moyer Shabbos.